So we're at the zoo now. We just arrived here. We meet with the zoo at 1 p.m. but Carol and I wanted to come and see Hanako beforehand, so they've let us in. The first thing she said is that she just looks like a statue. And that's Carol moving towards her now. Here she goes. She's gotten up close now. This is hard for me as well. I don't want to support this. Here she is. She's obviously the star attraction.
All right, well, the first place is, it is very distressing that she has this little lip here in her yard with no barrier to keep her from falling into that pit. That is so dangerous. I'm actually shocked that she's never had an accident and fallen in. That is a design that we no longer use in zoos because it's so dangerous. Her skin color almost makes her look as if she's a white elephant, but of course she's not. Her skin is exceedingly dry from the concrete, from rubbing on the concrete. I haven't had a close-up look, so I can't tell for sure about her eye, but her right eye does not look normal. It may have to do standing out in the direct sunlight for all these years. Asian elephants are forest dwellers, so being out in this very sharp sunlight reflecting off of concrete is not good. She's acting, if you watch her swallow, it's almost as if she's having a problem, she's acting like she's trying to swallow and there's nothing to swallow. Huh?
So her throat is dry?
Her throat is dry. The hose is a nice thing to give her to play with. It's her distraction. Look at the front of her face where all that skin has peeled off. But look at her. If you watch her, see how she's doing this? It's almost that reflection that she's doing up her leg and into her throat.
Yeah.
That's usually a reaction to cold.
Oh, the twitching.
Right. Yeah, but she's not cold. That twitching is going up into her neck. You see that?
Yeah, I do see it now. I hadn't noticed until you mentioned.
And when she twitches, she sucks in her mouth. She sucks in like she's sucking her throat.
And so you do think it's good she's got that one toy?
Oh, she has several toys. She has the hose, she has a piece of wood, and she has a tire. Those are all toys. But it makes me nervous as can be that she's got this edge that she could fall into.
What would you say to the zoo? I'm playing devil's advocate though, because what they're going to say is, but she's been here for over 60 years and she's never fallen in.
No, she's never fallen in. But she's an old lady. She could fall in tomorrow. But it'd be a really super fix. I want to know that valve. I want to know what that water is that's coming out of that valve. Okay, what is that service, right? If it's not required, you put a railing up, secondary railing, you put a railing up here, and you fill this with dirt. That's the beginning of a dirt yard. So you fill that up with dirt, and then you fill her yard up with dirt. And then you get rid of this
sort of moat, empty moat almost.
It's an old-fashioned design and so many elephants have died from falling in moats. Now, of course, she hasn't. She's been here all this time. They're lucky she never fell in.
Yeah. So now in all the videos I've seen of her, she's doing exactly the same thing.
This is stereotypic behavior. Her stereotypic behavior is not bobbing or swaying. It's standing perfectly still and whisking that piece of hose around.
And what is that? That's a coping thing?
Yes, stereotypic behavior is a coping mechanism for stress. And stress can be as simple as boredom. So you see she does the same thing. She steps on the hose with only that foot. She pulls the hose. She stands on it for a little while. Then she scratches her leg. See, she's scratching the front of her leg. Repetitive motion. Okay? And she bends the hose. and then she's going to get off of the hose, and then she's going to whisk it around again, and then she's going to go through the whole thing all over. And she's almost dozing during this time too. She is not fully engaged. She's kind of half asleep.
Is it fair to equate it to anything human or no? I mean,
no, it's elephant. It's elephant coping mechanism. It is as a result of being bored out of her mind. So instead of staying in the situation and consciously feeling the stress, they have a coping mechanism that allows them to escape. She's escaping the boredom, which has allowed her to survive this long.